I know, Dana. Great to meet you. What do you think?
You just want to touch.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So come on up. Ask you, I'm 100% deaf in that ear. It'll be an awkward interview when I can't hear you.
Yeah, but it's not good.
Where are you from?
Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I live in Austin. Grew up in the DC area, but we've been in Austin the last 5 years. Yeah, I started the channel my freshman year at the University of Texas and grew it to about 17 million followers across all platforms and been able to end it. But I got to tell you, this is a special one for you because you're definitely on my Mount Rushmore of entrepreneurs. I grew up even asking and watching you promote,
Thank you.
the credit.
UFC posters in our basement.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I got one more for you. No holding back. We're gonna get the younger generation to see this between
I don't hold back.
I did. I did.
It's a good rule.
Who am I here with today?
Dan White.
I'm sure.
Still fights for a living. I'm the CEO of the UFC.
And you're running $1 billion company.
Multi-billion dollar company. Multi-billion dollar company.
Take me back before the UFC. You were at Bellman at a hotel in Boston. What was the moment when you realized I'm meant for more than this?
It wasn't, was I meant for more than this? It was just like, this isn't me. This isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life. And not to shit on jobs like that, because a lot of my friends still work at the hotel and stuff. It just wasn't for me. I didn't like anything about it. And I said, you know what? I want to be in the fight business, which was probably the dumbest idea ever. It didn't work out. I could always go back. 19,
Do vigorous. Before you have the responsibility.
100%. I didn't have my kids till I was like 33.
You mortgaged your future on, at the time, a failing MMA company. What is it that you saw in the UFC that nobody else saw?
Well, not just me and my partners all felt that. We loved the storylines. We thought that fighting was way more exciting than boxing, and we loved boxing. And we believed that we could take all the things that we hated about boxing and loved about boxing and make this thing as perfect as we possibly could.
You disrupted the fight business. What would your advice be?
Yeah, that's it.
Is it short?
Especially back then, before social media or the internet or any of that stuff. A lot of young people wouldn't have the opportunities to make money. It's a wild west. It's a free grab. But it's something really for disrupting. That's your job. And basically what you do is you don't even break all your rules. People will always tell you, oh, this will never work, or they're too big, you can't. People say you'll never be bigger than boxing. People have been telling me that for 25 years. And yes, you can be. You got to get in there and you literally have to shake up and break the rules. Just because something has been the way it has been for 100 years doesn't mean it can't be changed, can't be different, can't be better.
When the UFC, when you thought to yourself, this is all going to collapse. So how did you get through that?
You go through that all the time. It's not like you just get here and it's like, all right, we're here. I just did a new deal with Paramount. I'm a $7.7 billion deal with Paramount.
Yeah.
And I'm going into this new Paramount deal in January on a fresh slate. I have to go out and prove myself again. You have to keep proving yourself every year. And like, I have this ritual now. Every Christmas, I go to Italy and I'm on a boat in the middle of Italy and just take like 8 to 10 days. And by 7, 8, 9, I'm like, I'm ready to kick next year's ass. So you literally have to get up every day and go out and prove yourself. Even when you by industry standards or by other people's idea of success, you have to keep grinding. You have to keep going.
So you were just talking about the press conference. You were asked about, how you're going to compete with the other promoters. You think way bigger than everybody else. How long term are you thinking?
It's hilarious. So these promoters are like, for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, depending on the promoter, and you're still in the same place. You don't think big enough. The way that I look at it when I talk about competing, first of all, I love to compete against myself.
Competition?
I love everything about fighting and competition, no matter what.
I just since you mentioned it, I think she got dropped. I don't think she got dropped.
What do you think?
You know what?
I wasn't laying off any employees, but when you are a massive company like we are now, horrible decisions that I wasn't going to make. Listen, this mother It's a battle. We battle every day, and we're either all going down together or not at all. So it's like the scariest time in our lifetime. And I'm much older than you. Scariest time in our lifetime. You have all these employees and these people who show up every day and work hard for you. It's the scariest thing. It's the scariest time in the world. You just because of money, you're gonna just let all these people go. Good luck to you, everybody. I hope you can figure out groceries and toilet paper and whatever else it is that everybody needed during COVID. But good luck, and then everything turns around and comes back. What do you think? Who the would want to work for you when that's the way you treated the people that were with you? You know?
For my audience, for the people that don't understand this, during COVID, every major sports organization, they were shutting down. You decided to go out to the Middle East and you pioneered the business out there. Why did you do that? And was it just the innovator in you that was like, I'm not letting it happen to my company?
You know, I did distribute my product to ESPN and other networks around the world. And first of all, I had an arena next door, just built my own arena. And the governor here would not let me use my arena, social distancing. And I said, I just need to, I kept thinking island. I need an island where I can go out somewhere that has infrastructure. And all I have to do is put on fights and beam the signal up to all of our partners. You can't tell me that that's not possible, that we can't do that. Not to mention the fact that I have this philosophy. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. It's 2025. Anything is possible. Don't tell me something can't be done. Everything can be done. That's the other word I don't like around here is no. No, and we can.
One of the things you've talked about throughout the interview is the importance of people, surrounding yourself with the right people. When I look at you and your network, your business partners are billionaires, you're great friends with President Trump, some of the most successful, some of the richest people in the world. If it boils down to one trait, think about the most successful people that you know. What do they all have in common?
Consistency. Consistency is the key to everything in life. Whether it's getting up and building a business, getting in shape, working on different relationships, you have to be a consistent person, but you have to be driven too. To have consistency, you have to have drive. And I say this all the time. I see a lot of the younger generation. I don't know. They just seem weak.
How do you?
Yeah, I'm 56.
So whose generation was 7 years and
Oh, my generation will run you motherfuckers over and then back over you again.
but you think it's easy to stand out in my generation?
100%.
How can somebody stand?
Look at what you've done. Look at your success and look at what you've done. You know how you did it. You know, you worked your ass off from the outside. It's like these people, I hear these kids, oh, I want to be an influencer. Do you even understand? Like, I'm close to Melports. These kids are on the road nonstop, grinding, working, taking your own money and reinvesting in your business and reinvesting in yourself, believing in yourself. Like you said, being a disruptor. But you know, but kids, if I talk to somebody like you, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why you're asking all the right questions because you know what it takes. A lot of the kids in this generation, I will see it. So there's never been more opportunity for guys like you.
I'm going to challenge you right now.
Mhm.
Take me back to the most life-changing conversation that you've ever had. What is the greatest advice that you ever received throughout your career?
Well, this is a weird thing to say because it's you have to understand the way that I'm wired. But may God have mercy upon my enemies because I won't.
There's no mercy for the competition.
No, there's no mercy for the competition. Listen, there's such things as friendly competition. There's lots of people that I compete with that I respect, but then there's when you build something great and you build something and you're making money, everybody's coming. Everybody's coming for you to try to take a piece or take you down. And if you don't jump out of bed every day and strap up and get ready to go to war, you're never going to make it. Being an entrepreneur,
Bless.
you got to be willing to get in there and fight. Not just in business, but in life. That shit's coming for you. And every day bad things happen here and bad people come at you every day. And if you don't look at it as, all right, this is a fight and we need a winner and a loser, and I need to figure out how to win, it's going to be a rough go for you.
When anyone else thinks.
Come on.
You gotta Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, I think about you need it's just I feel it drop here. No, things is
Put man down like
Legendary Dana Walden.
I was screaming, yeah. All I hear is tapping that ball. Bring that thing, right? Open, trying to bring that tip back. Hey, to my what's the name in it? Huh?
They had to build on the island. They had to build a boat and make it to the next island over.
But I do know we need a camp. Yeah, I'm sweating already. I think this would make a good spot for
So
camp.
they the cameraman get involved.
But that's what we have to build. That's impossible.
Oh, but I'm pretty sure they got more resources than he cast with.
To me, I feel like they brought shit on the island, so
My friends are stranded on an island. What would be able to escape? Yeah.
Where they get them? What is get them down? Stick that. I see that down.
Small amount of survival essentials. What might seem like a lot.
like the big ass version of them, like all block of sand and shit.
Take us. Because in reality, we're just a bunch of YouTubers trying to build a shelter out of nothing. Ideally, it sits higher. Chandler, I imagine.
They could have used all of them and just put boards around it and floated away on that big.
Then why once they cut the wood for the ship, I mean, the boat is really gonna be
Perfect.
no, like it's gonna be way different from that wood that actually used for the
Yeah.
one they own. They be sitting there cutting a bunch of wood and laying it out like, okay, this is how we're gonna build it. But once it came to build it, they had some totally different wood, you know. Like they said, perfect, like, nice pieces. Like I don't know what the hell they had cut.
The sun was setting fast, so we very safely lit a fire. Oh, drummer, and then made a game plan. Nolan, have you built a sailboat? No. Chandler, have you? No. I haven't either. That is why Hayes is here, because in a previous video, he kind of built one. And tomorrow, we begin building the sailboat. What?
Nigga off for a loan.
Well, we're stuck
Yeah.
until we do. First day, we
Help me off for a loan. A TV show. That's called TV show. Gotta be out like a last of us.
Oh, this one naked and afraid.
Me, and then we had the fish.
Oh, this one that by themselves.
Yeah, that's we are. That's he fan. He got that boat. He built that boat. He was swimming in the time. I'm about to try to find some fish in a different part of the river.
What's my shirt? I don't need all of your shirt. No, I'll just give it to you. Okay. Let's see if it floats.
He made a little prototype.
Working prototype, but we need something 30, 40 times bigger, can hold 8,000 pounds, and take us all the way to that island. And we're stuck here until we do that. We better get on it. First, we need to gather materials. You know what makes for a great sailboat? Bamboo. Bamboo is very light, which makes it buoyant. This is big if we can find enough of these. All the bamboo is deep inside this jungle, and I have no idea what dangers are lurking inside. Hey, called an emergency meeting. What's up? So before we go into the jungle, okay, you
I
got
don't know. I don't know. You might. So big snake.
Hey,
I'll be fine. Let's go get some bamboo.
I'm gonna knock your side of your head. Come here, let's go.
Sure. I poke this beehive. Don't do that. I'm serious. I would never do that. Everything is trying to kill us.
That is that like I don't know.
Dude, there's like right.
Well,
It's crazy.
Boys, you gotta
listen to fan and stuff.
If it's sealed, it's like more than gold. Large
That's
ships.
one of the first thing we got. Nigga, they telling you to go get that money.
Use it to build a sailboat. Yeah, we're cleaning the beaches up and escaping. There might be some washed up stuff over there. We need to scour this entire island. These things gotta be perfect. That's not what I think it is. Completely smashed over. Done. Check this out. You gotta check it close.
I think there's so many of those.
That's what I said too.
Big.
Yeah, very same shit.
I think we move already to pass out of Easter, but it makes it all worth it. We now have enough materials to start building the sailboat. What would they
But
need?
that would. That's perfect. That's perfectly cut right there.
I know the guy with the fish on his head and said, take that back, son. Whoa. That crossed the line. Sailboat on 3. 1, 2, 3. Day 2, everyone's exhausted. Jimmy, are you happy with how much we got accomplished today? At this rate, it's gonna take a month. Get some rest, boys. In the morning, we got a sailboat to build.
I'm the boy, you got single life.
Just woke up to a spider in his bed. Ow, that's a big one. That's the bad one. No, get it. It's coming towards me. What do you want me to do? Oh, you're looking everywhere. All right. Can you go back to bed and stop seeking attention? I don't know if I can spend midnight. It's still hunting somewhere. The next morning, we didn't feel like melting in the sun like we did yesterday. So we decided to move our work area to the shade away from the beach. Words cannot describe how hot it gets on this island. We need to relocate to where there's shade so we can actually build all day instead of just a couple hours a day. And on our way to the new spot, gold mine, Chandler found a third barrel, making it more likely our sailboat will actually float. The boys are tired from scavenging, but we finally have enough bamboo and wood to actually build a good sailboat. Let's build this thing. Let's build it. Let anyone get out of here. As soon as possible, please. I know this doesn't look like much, but this pile of sticks and trash will somehow become a sailboat. It's just going to take a lot of work. I'm tired. Give me that. There's you gotta do something. I'm gonna film it. Oh, Chandler's filming now. I'll film you if you want. Chandler, I'm taking a break. Did you just sub in our cameraman? Here, go help them. Oh my god. Darius, I guess you're helping. All right. I hope you know how to build a boat. Because we don't. But Darius promoted to sailboat duty, and Chandler behind the camera, the raft was finally coming together. But if just one of these knots is loose when we get hit by a wave, we will sink in the middle of the ocean. It's time to build the poop deck. Poop deck? Is that what they call it in ships? I don't know.
What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal?
Nobody's allowed to go through while we say them. This bamboo right here is our ship deck. It's actually starting to look like a sailboat now. It's coming together. Let's go! So we can start tying, even out things, construct the sail. Before we can go differs.
What are y'all doing? Y'all
Okay. Are we coming up with a name for it yet? Or are we waiting? Are we waiting for that? What's the name?
For keep my soul's warm than to beat my.
What's the deal?
You okay, Your Highness?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Begin to notice a possible advantage of the tide. Tide comes up, tide goes down, pulls the water away from the shore. So if we can keep up, rip it out of the ocean.
Chilling. What about you? What you got? Here today.
That island. And I feel like everyone's counting on it. So if I pull this off, and we actually accomplish what we set out to do with guys who
And he was supposed to get fit 500.
just today are clear. Wait something. To make paddles. Then we go sand. No. Then we invest in mixed slow. If it floats, then we build a sail. No, it don't float on top of it. When Chandler and I went to find materials, I realized since the outside has been us forging through trash trying to find what we need for a sim boat. But this trash was our own smoke for off this island because we still needed that fourth wheel. We're uneven. It's gonna be weird. Like we need 4 barrels. Well, yeah, I really think at this point we just have to literally walk until we find it. I just want you to know right now, it is like 100 degrees. I am sweating. This island is unbearable. I got Chandler. Did you get what you needed? You gotta play to everybody's strengths. One lash tied the wrong way, and this whole thing could fall apart. I can tie knots.
I need y'all to like the live, share the live.
We'll be scouring the beach for 2 hours.
If you YouTube it. If we're trying to YouTube it. For sure, we're trying to YouTube it.
Crazy carry back 2 miles. Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out. Okay. I don't think I can carry it. Legitimately. I think I'm gonna pass out if I try to carry it. Dang, I should have brought my water. We found this metal thing washed ashore.
Well, shit, you should take that up there and then. Bring it back down there.
Hold it to paddles.
We got it there.
Some more firewood and see what happens to the plastic. Not carrying the water was a bad idea. Yeah, starting to get tingly fingers and tunnel vision in the eyes. There he is. There he is.
I'm a pro, bro. He got his thing on live.
Searching for anything? I'm carrying it back ever again after this. Hey! That's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Darius is walking out with a blue barrel. Thanks. I always hope. He's not looking too good. I got you, buddy. I got you. Chill out.
Where all them blueberries both that came from? They're supposed to just.
Honestly, though, he came back with a barrel and a rudder. Worth it. We might actually be able to do this, Nolan. Nolan. This was one of those moments that we realized it was going to take all of us working together to succeed. We had already gone through more than half of our water supply, so we literally cannot afford to stay here much longer. And now that we had the last barrel that we needed, it was time. All the barrels are now lashed into a cradle. These are going to be the mechanisms that keep us afloat, and they are not going anywhere, hopefully. Well, if they do, we're just going to sink, and then we're going to have to start all over. So now that that's done, it's time to do the cross beams. This is the lashing we're going to be replicating for all 17 beams. And we also have to do it on both sides. And you broke it. We're trusting this rope to hold us together while we sail across the ocean. We are now at a critical juncture. We have 2 options. Keep building, cross our fingers it works, and if it falls apart on the we're just screwed. Or we can take a break, put this in the water, and see if it floats before we go any further. See if she floats. Let's go swimming. Let's do it. All right. All this time on an island leads to this moment right here. Come on. We're going to trust these knots. What's sailing us to that island over there? Yeah, and you broke it. So I'm not like a shipwright or anything. I just know some stuff. It floats! Hey! It's floating! Yeah! The boat actually floats! Yeah! Picture this with an actual floor, a sail, some rudders, and some oars. Boy, we're gonna be cooking. This is the first time in this entire video where I felt like this is actually possible now. On this channel, we do so many videos where we build massive sets and we bring down hundreds of contestants and we give away large prizes like $1 million. And honestly, sometimes it's just nice to, get dropped off on an island with your 4 friends and build a sailboat. Like, it's hot, there's bugs. This is definitely one of the harder videos. Don't get me wrong, this isn't easy, but it's just something so fun about hanging out with the boys again. We used to do videos like this all the time, and not really sure why we stopped, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I think if we lock in by the end of tomorrow, we could have a sailboat, and then the day after tomorrow, if the current's right, we could set sail for that island. But as you can see, we're missing a pretty important piece of this puzzle. And now, to make something that can actually live in to drive us across the ocean. So today, we make a sail. We gotta get out of here. Water situation's getting low. No one's looking around. Bug bites got me a little worried. I have over 60 bug bites on my arms and hands alone. Legitimately, if we do not leave tomorrow, I do not know how much longer I can do this. I'm going to make sure it gets done. We're leaving tomorrow. We failed. We could not melt the plastic. I mean, the water was literally boiling, so in theory, shouldn't the plastic be boiling as well? That's how it could noodles. I don't understand it, but that's why you watch Mark Rober, not us. Yeah. You're here to watch a bunch of idiots survive on an island. Wait, what? You see, what a scab does is it allows the boat to go straight, even when it doesn't want to. Perfect. I have a new plan, Chandler. What if, you see, you picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Wait, turn it sideways? Now we have a cool spot. Okay, well, we'll tie it down. You get the idea. This is just a prototype. Let's see how it works. Is this that or paddle looks more like a flag than a paddle? We'll tie it a little tighter. Oh yeah, we built 4 of these bad boys. We're to be rowing. I will say my shoulders are already tired, and we might have to do this for hours. I need super thin, tough bamboo. This is our sail right here. Crab sail, just like the ancient Polynesians.